1995, the National Association of Realtors announced that in 1996, all members would have a choice of which board they joined. Prior to that, you were joining boards based on a geographic region that you lived in or worked in. So we spent a lot of time in 1995 talking about the challenge of board of choice and how we would address realtors in our general area as to whether they should be a member of our association or perhaps some other one. And so we spent a lot of time going out and talking to different groups in different areas, Montgomery County, Fort Bend, Clear Lake area, and made a lot of good impressions. In 1995, H.A.R. had a new initiative that was going to be called Board of Choice. In this situation, members of the association's national association could decide which local association they wanted to be a member of. Prior to that, they had to be a member of an association in which they worked in a geographic area of. With that said, we had to spend a lot of time and talked a lot about how we would address this issue and how we would perhaps appeal to National Association members who we thought might be better served by being members of Houston Association of Realtors. In really 1995, we started laying the groundwork for a restructuring of H.A.R. that would be a more member-centric association, offering more services to members. And since then, we've made a lot of progress in offering new and better tools for our members to use and be more productive. The biggest surprise, I think, was the fact that we were going to have to deal with a different type of structure on how our MLS was paid for. Prior to 1995, we were requiring brokers to carry the bulk of the load of the MLS cost. We made a decision that we were going to be more member-centric, more member-involved, and decided to put a system in play that would require each member, not just the brokers, to pay for part of their cost of MLS. And we had meetings with the brokers about this, and some of them thought it was an outrageous idea. And it was sort of like, we're going to change the Constitution, so to speak. And we had meetings about that, and finally I think they came over to the side we had there, the idea we had of letting everybody participate in the cost of MLS. I think the greatest achievement in 1995 was really deciding that we needed a new way of doing things at H.A.R., a new business model, if you will. We hired Jeremy Conaway as our strategic architect. Jeremy came in, gave us advice and ideas that we'd not previously thought about, such things as compensating staff based on their achievement and their accountability in reaching goals. He also gave us ideas about how we should reach out to membership and make sure that they were having a voice in our association. They were having their needs met at every level. And so this set us on a new course. And in 1996, under the leadership of Jim Peterson, we started on a course that was a new business model for H.A.R. It was no longer a club, not that it was always really a club, I guess, but it really was tracked as being a business from that point forward. And I think it's had a lot to do with our success to this day. I think that there have been several big changes. One of them is that in 1995, we were still on a mainframe-based computer system for our MLS, meaning you really had to have a dedicated workstation to go into MLS. You couldn't do it from anywhere you were. Well, we've now changed to an internet-based system, which allows us to really access the MLS system from anywhere there is. The other big change I've seen is when H.A.R.com came on board under the direction of George Stevens, and I believe that was 1997. That has hugely changed how we relate to customers and clients and prospects, and that we now have a source of getting to those customers that's instantaneous from their telephone, from their computer. It's just wonderful, and I think that alone has been probably the biggest change in the last 15 years. The best advice I could give to a new member starting a real estate career today would be to work hard on developing relationships. This is a relationship business. We've gone from a broker-centric to a agent-centric to a consumer-centric business, and the consumer is everything. Having a relationship and earning the confidence of a consumer is the most important single thing that an agent can do. It's important to have knowledge about how to write contracts. It's important to understand the code of ethics and to understand how we do our business, the mechanics of our business. But if we don't have the customer with us, we don't have anything. So I would say develop the relationships, work hard on maintaining the relationships, do the best job possible that you can do for your customer, and you'll have a long and successful career in the real estate business.